Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron. I'm playing Gears 5. We're doing the Master Escape maps on Master difficulty. This is Operation 3. We're playing the Barracks. This is a pretty difficult map. Obviously, we're doing no exploits. We're playing these maps the way they're supposed to be. So let's look at the modifiers. We got execution rules. Obviously, you need to be close to kill an enemy. We have shock rifle drones. So rifle drones will cause shock damage on top of the normal damage that will actually chain to nearby allies. We have Iron Man, so no respawns. Ultra stopping power, so the enemy's bullets will slow you down, and of course some usual suspects, more lethal, more health, and faster venom. So let's talk about the people that we're bringing into this mission. We're playing with Lizzie, Keegan, and Clayton, and we'll talk about how those particular characters are important and for the particular areas that they are important for. But nonetheless, those are the best enemies to bring into this mission. Now, a unique thing about the barracks is it has these vents that are going to slow down the venom. On master difficulty, you really must hit all of these vents in order to have enough time to clear out these enemies and move forward to get a few items. We really want to get the drop shot that's a little bit later in the mission, so we need to slow down the venom as much as possible. Another thing that we need to do in this first set of enemies is build Lizzie's ultimate. Again, we're not using any exploits, so one of the ways that you can get her ultimate faster is by her passive. Her passive allows you to get her ultimate faster by taking damage. I actually didn't mean to jump over the wall there. I was trying to actually, uh, kill that enemy because he was marked. Because the other way that we can get ultimate faster is by killing enemies that Keegan marks. With his ability and his cards, by him marking enemies, if you kill an enemy that he marked, it will actually decrease your ultimate time. This particular time, I ended up just going in there and just repeatedly getting down. I'm like, I'm just gonna run in there, just keep picking me back up. So there's a bunch of enemies here, and you can see when I get down, my ultimate refills pretty quickly. So we hit that first fan, and our goal here is to really just get my ultimate. And once we get my ultimate, we're ready to kind of progress into the next section. So as we're doing that, just a quick note on the shock rifle drone. Now, remember that shock damage will actually chain between you and your allies. So you want to be close together, but you don't want to be too close. So you see Keegan, he actually went further straight up and went ahead and activated the next vent, again, to keep that venom off of us. Right now, again, we're just trying to take our time and build up Lizzie's ultimate. That's really all we're trying to do in this first section. Just take your time and let us build up this. So you can see that shock damage there was chaining between us, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So be careful of being too close to each other. So again, I'm just going up to the shielded enemy. So now you can see by doing that, I've actually got Lizzie's ultimate, obviously paired with Sisters to the End, her Sisters to the End card. My card is max. You do want to max that if you can. That's going to help you get your ultimate faster. So once you've got Lizzie's ultimate, you're ready to just kind of clean this up, and we're ready to go on to the next section. All right, so here we go. So just to the right of me, so as I go into this area, to the right is the bridge that we have to go across. But we really want to get this drop shot that is into the back area of this first section. So as soon as you head in here, you're going to activate Lizzie's ultimate, whoever has it, and a bunch of juvies are going to come out. This is why we want Lizzie's silverback for right here. We're going to kill all of these juvies, and then there's also going to be a couple grenadiers and a couple drones. So really, this is all we're using it for. We just kind of wasted all that time going down as Lizzie so we could get her silverback early, clean up those juvies, and kill some of these snipers and drones that are in this section, because we want to run back here and grab the drop shot that is in the ammo room back there. So my buddy's going to do that. I'm going to pick up this sniper ammo. There's another vent up here where this sniper is on the other side in this room. You can see another vent, so you can see on the mini map there, my allies are activating that vent. So the only reason we're coming back here, again, one, there's some ammo, but a very key component in this room is the drop shot. We want to get that for Keegan. And now you have to hustle. While you were doing that, or while Lizzie was doing that, okay, someone needed to stay back and activate the two bridges. That's very critical. That way when we run back through the venom, hopefully the bridges are up and you're ready to cross. So as I was progressing through those juvies, Keegan stayed back, activated the bridge here, came across, and then activated this bridge. And then we went to the ammo room. So they did that as I was clearing out the juvies, and then we met up in the ammo room, grabbed the ammo, grabbed the drop shot, and then we can sprint back and make it to the safe room and just run past that Scion and that Bastion that's in that room that almost took us out. So that's the strategy right there. Really, it's all about getting Lizzie's ultimate in the beginning. Honestly, that's the trickiest part. Get your sisters to the end card leveled up, and you can go down like I did. Honestly, the easiest method is to use Keegan's ability that gives you ultimate for killing enemies that Keegan marks. That's actually faster, and it won't look so sloppy if you kind of going down all the time. But you know, whatever works for you to get that ultimate and be able to get that drop shot for Keegan moving forward. So that's what we've done. We're kind of ready to progress into the next section. So here we go. So we'll just advance this forward just a little bit to where the door opens. So let's get moving now. As soon as you come out of the door, on the left and the right hand side are ammo rooms. One of these ammo rooms is going to have beautiful explosive ammo for our newly acquired drop shot. So again, be sure you grab that for Keegan. That's going to become in handy so much later on, and hopefully by this point the other two players should have a sniper rifle. If not, there are 2 sniper rifles in this room here, as well as a bunch of ammo crates. So really you want 2 snipers, and definitely Keegan's going to have that drop shot in any grenades you may have found, and we're ready to move on. So let's get moving on to the next room. As soon as you get into the next room, you're going to have to hit the ventilation fan pretty quickly. So as we go into this room, you see my buddy, the furthest one away, is taking off, just going straight back. Straight back is the next fan that you need to activate to slow down the venom. Now, keep in mind, you can see him on your mini map, alright? So if you can see on the bottom right here, you see how it's green and spinning now? That means he's activated it. In this room right here, we want to stay in this room that we're in. As long as you stay in this room, the enemies tend not to come in here, and you can take your time and you can headshot them down. You may get a warden here as well. You're either going to have a warden, or you're just going to have several Scions and elite drones. You're going to have some Scions no matter what. You're going to have some drones no matter what. The only thing is you may have an additional warden in this area instead of so many Scions that we have. And we're just going to stay back right here. We're not really worried about Lizzie's ultimate. We'll have plenty of time to get that before the end. Hotshot, who's rolling with the Clayton Superpower ultimate, he activated it there. That's a good way to clean up these Scions in this room. If you get the warden, just stay back in that room, and you can use the drop shot and the snipers to just kind of take him down slowly. If you don't have the warden, then you should get a salvo Scion to spawn that's attacking you. If that's the case, now Keegan has a salvo and a drop shot. We've come back to the venom, so he activates his ultimate, which in the venom is not only going to give us ammo, but it's also going to give him explosive ammo. So now that you have the explosive weapons, so you should have at minimum a torque bow and a drop shot to reload with your ultimate. And if you had the spawn that we had, you'll also have a salvo, and that's very important going into the next room, because the next room we really want to expend all that ammo. There's going to be a lot of Scions here and possibly a warden or 2 that come into this room. As soon as you come into the room, run straight across and turn left and activate this vent. It's going to give you 60 seconds to deal with this room, and you just want to stay back, take your time, and take out these enemies with all those explosive weapons that you got. So you see Malicious already wiped up a warden almost instantly with all that explosive weapons that he got and the additional explosive damage that Keegan does. So that's what we're doing here, and of course I'm missing point blank headshots there, keeping it real. It gets a little tricky here actually when these Scions roll around. I think we get into some trouble. I tried to roll back and that other Scion was right behind me, ended up downing me. But I really don't want to activate Lizzie's special right now. We want to hold on to it and hopefully save it. So we got, it was a little hairy there, but we took him out. We've saved our ultimates, and we're just going to kind of clean up these drones that are in the room, and we'll be progressing on. So again, we're collecting ammo before we go to the final section of the level. Just to reiterate again, when you're using your ammo box with Keegan, be sure you do it in the Venom so you get that extra boost for your explosive ammo as well. So once that's done, we're ready to move forward. We're going into the last section, and this is really where you want to use Lizzie's ultimate. I recommend not using it in the room that we were just in, so you can ensure that you have it charged up for this section. One, if it gets hairy and people are going down and you need to activate it, you know, like that, then you can use it. But I prefer to just kind of use it right in the beginning. And all I'm going to do with Lizzie is try to clean up as many of the drones and the Scions that I can. So you can see we got a couple drop shot Jones in here. You've got Keegan firing all that explosive weapon that he had. There's nothing to save at this point. Once you get to this room, unload it. I got taken out by that Scion there, but you can see with the damage from Keegan and the Lizzie's Silverback, we were able to clean up all the enemies on top except for one or maybe two drones. And you can do that quick enough. All you're going to have left is this Warden that's coming from the bottom. Now, you may not have this Warden. Instead of this Warden, you could also just have more Scions. So that's a variation in the spawning enemies in this section. But you will have one of the two. You'll have Scions coming from the bottom, or you will have a Warden. But again, with all that explosive ammo that we picked up and that drop shot and all that stuff we picked up for Keegan, it really makes this last room a breeze. Sometimes on Master difficulty, taking a little extra time in the beginning can pay huge dividends in the end, right? So in the beginning, you could actually just go up to the bridge and pull them both up and go to the safe room without grabbing that drop shot. But again, we highly recommend that you take the extra time to go get that drop shot in the beginning. It's going to make the ending extraordinarily easier compared to not having it. And we're pretty much done. I think I can't remember if this is the run where we had an additional enemy right here at the end that kind of caught us off guard, but that's basically it. We're going to pick up an ammo here, and we're ready to go to the door and activate the switch. So let's get this going.
Perfect.
Doors closed.
It's attacking! The exit's just ahead.
Yeah, it was. So you can hear those enemies, but we'll just run past them, and we're gonna run to the switch, and we're gonna activate it. And basically, you do have you can see that weapon locker out here, but I mean, you know, the door, you don't have that much time. You could throw something up there, like a salvo, I guess, if you sprinted right to it. But, you know, Keegan just stayed back with the salvo and kept the enemies from coming at us quickly, and that buys us a lot of time. So he's got that full salvo, boom, we just clean them up. Scions are coming up to the door. They're generally pretty slow. If anything, you have to worry about the damage that they're going to do. So this didn't turn out too well for Clayton right here. He ends up getting down, and I try to revive him, but it's too late. He gets squashed by the door. Oh man, we got such a kick out of that. Sorry, bud. Oh, that was so funny. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the barracks, y'all. If you like my stuff, if you find it helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next escape map on Gears 5 on Master difficulty.